Clerk.
Good morning. Today is the 27th day of May. Can you believe that? Seems like it was just the 1st of May. Time is 10 o'clock. The Board of Commissioners is in session to conduct its weekly open business meeting. Commissioner Daly and myself are present. Commissioner Davidson is absent. Could you also identify yourself for the record, so I know we're going to go around?
Don Watts, Assessor's Office.
Brad Smith, Assessor's Office.
Tim Klein, Treasurer's Office.
Bob Carney, Operations.
Elizabeth Duncan, Communications.
Brian Blaine, Procurement.
Bob Perkins, Ada County Procurement.
Richard Beck, Development Services.
Alan Hankins, Trash Building.
Spencer Lay, Ada County Sheriff's Office.
Heather Littler, Recorder's Office.
IT guy.
Trent Triple, County Clerk.
Welcome to the meeting, Trent Triple, Ada County Clerk. Okay. Identify yourself.
Sean Rain, Fairbanks.
John Rain, with a white hat.
With a white hat.
Okay. Okay, are there any changes to the agenda, Madam Clerk?
There are.
Okay, I'd accept the motion.
I move to change the agenda to add room numeral 5, 4D, items 67 to 70, and add the proclamation designation for May as Mental Health Awareness Month.
Okay, I'll second the motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye?
Aye.
We've changed the agenda. First item on our business is unfinished business, Development Services, application 202500533 ACV. I'll accept the motion to remove this from the table.
I move that we remove the unfinished business from the table for consideration.
I'll second the motion. All in favor say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Okay, Richard, what do we have here?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, Commissioner. We have an item for our May 7th
Yep.
public hearing. This was an application south of Cuna. If you recall, the property owner had constructed a secondary detached dwelling. Afterwards, they had converted the storage space into a couple bedrooms and a bathroom, and were asking for permission to keep those as part of the secondary dwelling. And after considering the evidence and testimony that was presented that night and recognizing that the exterior of the structure wouldn't change, you voted to approve. Directed us to prepare revised findings of fact, conclusions of law, order, and conditions, and we are pleased to present those for your consideration this morning.
Okay, any questions or discussion? I do recall the issue. Any questions or discussion?
No, just as a reiteration though, what
Yep.
you just said, it was the internal part of the dwelling, not the external part. So the visual part was not, the footprint was not changed, it was just the internal part that was changed.
Okay, I'll accept the motion.
I move to approve the revised findings of fact and conclusions of the law for case number 202500533-AC-B Schaefer Construction as listed on the agenda.
I'll second the motion. Is there any further discussion? I think we've had a good discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, I'll open the public hearing on resolution 3096. When we do that now?
It doesn't matter, they're not here, but it's just.
All right, we'll do it next then, after the proclamation. All right. I've opened the public hearing on resolution number 3096, a resolution adjusting the Indiana County budget to reflect receipt of unscheduled revenue to the clerks of the court's budget. You want to tell us about that?
You bet, Mr. Chair. This is the clerk's office effort to utilize every single federal tax dollar that we can to help us with elections. These are HAVA grant funds from Secretary of State's office, about $71,000 we're bringing in to do some projects within the office. So this is just opening up the budget and moving those funds on board so we can use them.
Yeah, I saw that great big letter from Phil McGrain, Secretary of State. Okay. Any questions or discussions about this? I'll close the public hearing on resolution number 3096 and call for a motion.
I move to approve if I can speak. I move to approve resolution 3096 as listed on the agenda.
Okay, I'll second the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next up, we have a proclamation. I'll ask Commissioner Daly, in as much as he's on that board, to read the proclamation.
Right, this is, I'm on the District 4 Behavioral Health Board.
Yeah.
This is a proclamation, Mental Health Awareness Month, May 2025. Whereas mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being, including how we think, feel, act, handle stress related to others, and make choices. And whereas mental health is foundational to our wellness, it allows us to maintain relationships, take care of ourselves and our family, take care of our physical bodies, respond and adapt to daily life changes, and make valuable contributions to our communities. And whereas mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood through adulthood, and can change over time depending on factors, and mental health can affect anyone regardless of gender, race, ethnicity, religion, educational background, or economic status. And whereas mental illness is one of the most common health conditions in the United States, with 1 in 4 adults and 1 in 5 children being affected annually, which equates to almost 94,000 adults and 23,000 youth and adolescents in Ada County. And as unfortunately, feelings of personal shame and fear and social stigma and discrimination prevent many living with mental illness while seeking help. However, stigma can be reduced by increasing awareness of mental health and mental illness and resources available to those suffering from mental health conditions. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the Ada County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as Mental Health Awareness Month. Call upon the citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, schools, and Ada County to recommit our community to increasing awareness and understanding of mental health and steps our citizens can take to protect their mental health and the need for appropriate and accessible services for all people and with mental health conditions.
Okay. Any further discussion? I'll accept a motion.
I move that we proclaim Mental Health Awareness Month, May 2025 in Ada County, as read in the proclamation.
I'll second that.
Okay, we've had a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there anyone here from, apparently not. We'll just be back and we'll just get this to the group. All right. Okay, we have some procurement issues coming up.
We do.
Yeah. First off, we're gonna open RFP 25046, Ada County Clerk's Trash Billing Software System.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Morning.
Commissioners. Before you this morning is the opening of 25046, the Ada County Clerk's Office Trash Billing Software System, and we received several proposals for this project. And Ryan's going to bring up our bonfire procurement system. And if you're okay, we'll go ahead and open them.
Let's get them open.
So, Mr. Chairman, today we'll be just reading the name of the proposers into the record.
Okay?
Quick submissions there. Yep, there we go. All right, there are 7 proposers up on the screen there. And get that highlighted a little bit, Brian. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, this is in my way here.
Looks like our first proposer is 360 S2G, followed by Civic Plus LLC, Diversified Technology Corporation, Heaven Keys Ltd, OCAMS Group LLC, Polydamas, and then rounding out the 7 is Routerware Incorporated. Those are our proposers, and we'd like to request that this be tabled for final ranking and award recommendation to the June 17th, 2025 open business meeting.
Okay. I'll accept the motion.
I'll move to table the final rankings and award recommendation for RFP 25046 to June 17th, 2025.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we'll open up the RFP 25027, ADA Emergency Management, Type 3 Incident Management Team Project.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we received 8 proposals for RFP 25027. And if you're ready for Ryan to open these up, we'll proceed forward.
We're ready.
All righty. And Ryan's ahead of it. He's got them opened up.
He's good.
So
Go ahead.
we have Choleta is our first proposer, followed by Dynamis Incorporated, Eagle Hill Consulting, Early Alert Incorporated, High Focus LLC, Organizational Quality Associates, Salamander Technologies LLC, and Ryland Associates LLC rounds out the group. We will need a little time to review these proposals, and we'd like to request that this be tabled for final ranking and award recommendation to the July 15th, 2025 open business meeting.
You're gonna need a lot of time on this one.
Yes, I believe this has a federal grant attached to it, and emergency management folks are gonna need to do a little due
Okay.
diligence.
All right, well, I'll accept the motion.
I move to table RFP 25027, Emergency Management Type 3 Incident Management Team Project to the July 15th, 2025 OBM.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, thank you. Now we have opening of bid number 25060, Ada County Sheriff's Office's vehicle equipment purchase for 2015. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we received 4 responses for bid 25060, and Ryan has our bonfire queued up if you're ready for us to open.
We're ready.
All righty.
Get her open.
With this opening, there'll be a bid table that's gonna pop up on the screen here shortly, and there'll be 6 divisions that the bidders could have bid on. And now they can bid on one or all of the divisions, but it will be awarded based on the lowest total cost of each of those divisions. And each of those divisions also includes the shipping associated with those products.
Okay,
So we'll be reading the name of the bidder and the 6 divisions if they bid on them.
okay, go ahead.
All right. So for our first bidder is Dana Safety Supply Incorporated. And it does not look like they bid on the Phoenix division. They have $78,861.16 on the Hobbs division. Did not bid on the Jotto Desk division or the Magnetic Mic division or the Satina division. And they have a bid for the Sound Off Signal division of $182,683.63. Our second bidder is ERS, Emergency Responder Services. And they have a bid for the Phoenix division of $5,319.81. For the Hoffus division, $82,749.62. For the Jotto Desk division, $14,446.48. For the Magnetic Mic division, $1,306. For the Satina division, $57,643.48. And for the Sound Off Signal division, $203,005.94. Our third bidder is Lair Upfitters Opco LLC. And they do not have a bid for the Phoenix division. They bid $87,042.68 for the Hobbs division. They don't have a bid on the remaining divisions for Jotto Desk, Magnetic Mic, Satina division, or Sound Off Signal division. Our final bidder is Premier Vehicle Installation Incorporated, and they have a bid of $5,959 for the Phoenix division, $85,596.16 for the Hobbs division, $16,541.80 for the Jotto Desk division, $1,462.50 for the Magnetic Mic division, $63,452.40 for the Satina division, and $180,068.04 for the Sound Off Signal division. Those are our 4 bidders, and all the divisions bid, and we'll need a little time to review these bids, and we'd like to request that this be tabled for award recommendation to the June 3rd, 2025 open business meeting.
Won't take you as long on this one, huh?
Nope. It'll be a quick one.
Okay. All right, I will accept a motion.
I'll move to table the final ranking and award recommendation for RFP 25060 to June 3rd, 2025.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Commissioners.
Okay, we've got 2 peddler solicitor licenses to approve. Any question or issues on the peddler and solicitor license? It's for pest control. I'll accept a motion.
I move to approve the two peddler and solicitor licenses as listed on the agenda and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, now we have some catering permits and licenses. We have 1 new license recommended for denial. Is that still the recommendation of the sheriff's office?
It is.
Okay. All right. So we have 3 catering permits, 1 new license, recommended denial, a license transfer, and license renewal. Any additional question or issues on any of the licenses? Okay, I'll accept a motion, which we can include in the motion, the motion to deny.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
should we hear from the sheriff's office about the reasons for denial?
Well, I've read the reasons, but you can go ahead and, if you'd like to, go ahead.
Chairman, Commissioner, this one is fairly straightforward. The Ada County ordinance mandates that if you have meet certain qualifications or don't have any disqualifications, this is one of the clear disqualifications. There was a felony conviction last couple of months. I don't think I have the exact date. It was in September 24th of 2024. The details of it are not really relevant. It was a felony. It's one of the clear disqualifications that are in the code. So that resulted in a disqualification. Recommendation for disqualification, I should say.
Yep, I've read the case. Any other questions?
Have the applicants been made aware that they don't meet the qualification?
Chairman, Commissioner, yes, they've been made aware. They're gonna either resubmit with the person being taken off as either being bought out. They've made a couple of different comments about what their plan is to go forward. Yes, they've been made aware. We spoke on the phone twice now on Friday,
And they had noticed that we're having this hearing today?
multiple times.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any other questions or discussion on any of the catering permits and licenses, license transfers, et cetera?
Just as a note that we did add the 67, 68, and 69 for the license renewal.
Yeah, they were added at the beginning of the meeting. Okay. I'll accept the motion.
I'll move to approve the 3 catering permits as listed on the agenda, deny the 1 alcohol license as listed on the agenda, approve the 2 license transfers as listed on the agenda, and approve the 70 license renewals as listed on the agenda. And authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Is there any further discussion on any of the license transfers or new licenses or catering permits or license renewals? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. 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 Motion carries, thank you. Okay, we have our distinguished clerk with us today, Mr. Brent Triple. He's got a boatload of business for us.
Not a boatload,
Small boat.
but yes, we had an election last week.
I heard that.
Timing with the long holiday weekend as well as budget coming up was quite a challenge, but it was almost a full deployment across the whole county for multiple different taxing districts. You have the motion before you to canvass those results. Highlights of the election itself, about 8% turnout. That's a little
A little higher than you thought.
little higher than we thought. It's also deceiving if you really dig down into the individual contests. The Ada Free Library District had a 24% turnout of eligible voters. So that was our actually the most highly high turnout for the election. The Star Levy as well for the fire district had about a 14% turnout, and then sewer district and Meridian library districts had a much lower turnout for those elections. Why that is, everyone can speculate. Could be candidates. There was some campaigning that was going on. Ironically, the one contest that we saw the most campaigning for was the Eagle Sewer District, and that was the lowest turnout. I guess people just aren't excited about sewer district board member elections, but that was also the closest race that we had, and it was within 2 votes. You would vote for 2 out of the 5 contestants on there. 2 would be seated, and the third place in that contest, Angela Russell, was 2 votes behind the second place. So it just goes to show the importance of showing up to vote.
Does
Following
that
this,
trigger a automatic recount, or what's the status of any recount?
there's never an automatic recount. The statute allows for a free recount if requested, if it's within a certain margin, and this is within that certain margin. So if Angela Russell wanted to request that recount, she could, and it would be no cost to her. I have spoken with Angela Russell as well as John Bennett, who was the one that won that seat and it's the second place. Both of them are open to letting the system play out. And I'd like to report that Angela Russell is very open to reviewing the ballot verifier prior to requesting her recount. So we hope that by allowing her to look at all of the ballots cast in her election, she can come to a conclusion on her own before submitting a request. She has until the 16th of June to submit that request. As a precautionary measure, we have impounded all ballots associated with that contest in the case that she does request that. But she said she would wait until ballot verifier was available for her to look at before she requested.
When will that be available?
We're hoping right now the 2nd of June, so that'll give her a full 2 weeks to
She has
review.
until the 16th of June?
16th of June.
And that's, what's the time frames on that? I mean, is it a certain time after the election? Or
It's a certain time after canvass, so with canvassing
after
today,
Okay.
the timeline starts for her contest of the election.
Okay.
When she does request that, if she does request it, I will issue an order, and the recount has to happen within 10 days of that order. And so with working with her, if she does decide to do a recount, we're targeting around the 17th of June to try to accomplish that. But again, she is a wonderful conversation with her. She was very amenable to looking at that ballot verifier. Didn't have any real problems, but obviously the closeness of the race always makes you go, maybe there's a chance. So she'll look at
She would
those.
see that if she looked at all the ballot verifiers.
She
You
would.
look at every ballot, it's the same as reader, just looking at the ballots, nothing would change.
It is. So we're hopeful this becomes the new norm
Yeah.
for folks to be able to look at those in these contests and help us save some money. The cost of the recount, while it's free to her, is about $10,000 for us as a county. And so we're hoping that with the ballot verifier, we can reduce those costs and eliminate the need for all that labor to go into it, which is quite a bit.
Okay.
So that's the report from the clerk's office, other than we've got budget coming up, and it's gonna be a tight budget season, so looking forward to this. Well, we've always had a lot of options in the past.
The
This year,
options are getting limited.
I'm not sure we have a ton of options, so hopefully we'll prepare for a good budget season here in the next couple weeks. Well, we do, yes, for sure. We have options.
All right,
I have certificates for you to sign. Obviously, the motion is in order to canvass the results.
okay. Any questions, discussion about any of the elections or any of the motions to canvass?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
has your office received any reports of any complaints about the election, anything with polling or showing IDs, or people denied the right to vote, or anything like that?
There was one report within a precinct where an individual was allowed to register we've turned over to the sheriff's office for an investigation. But that's the only thing that I'm aware of so far.
Was it in the Eagle Sewer District?
It was not associated with this race, but it was in, I think, the Eagle area. So it would not impact this race.
What was the issue?
An expired driver's license and some other paperwork that we think should have been present that may not have been present. There was a couple poll workers that were concerned about what the chief judge did. But again, that's under investigation, so we're gathering information, we're interviewing people, and then we'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to say, I didn't have to wait in line when I went to vote.
I'm glad.
Nor did I.
In fact, there was, it was late in the afternoon and 41 people had voted prior to me.
We had one precinct that had one voter show up. So
One voter, really?
the cost of the selection per vote is one of our highest.
Well, okay. All right, any other discussion on the election? If not, I'll accept a motion.
I move pursuant to Idaho Code 341205 and 341410, which requires the Board of County Commissioners to canvass election returns to certify the election results as presented for the May 20th, 2025 consolidated election for the Greater Boise Auditorium District, Ada County Free Library District, Meridian Library District, Eagle Sewer District, West Boise Sewer District, and Star Fire Protection District levy.
To approve.
Okay, is there a second to the motion?
I will second that.
Okay, is there any further discussion? So I guess after today, this will be the official results.
Those will be official.
Because they're unofficial today.
Correct.
Okay. Well, you've heard the motion. With no further discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, and we'll sign the documents at the conclusion of the meeting. All right, anything else?
Yes, sir.
Well, good enough. Next, we have our claims journal. Any issues or question on the claims journal? Authorized payments of people that have made claims for issues. I'll accept the motion.
I'll move to authorize payment of claims on the Claims Journal dated May 23rd, 2025.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have personnel actions. Any questions or issues on the personnel actions? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion.
I move to approve the personnel actions as listed on the agenda.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up, we have the assessor's office with the compass and non-binding letter of intent to commit funding and participate in the acquisition of digital orthophotography and associated data. And we've been doing this since how long?
Good question. We've been doing it for quite a few years. I can't say the exact, but it's been an ongoing partnership, and it's really valuable for our office, for our appraisal staff, for other agencies of the county, especially for our website. We get so many customer hits on there. So number one is the sheriff's website of the arrests. We can't seem to get more hits than that, but yeah, we do get. It's pretty valuable. Do you know how long, Don, that we've partnered with?
I believe it started in 2020.
Okay.
I think it was before then. It's in the letter, the legal letter. It's in there. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I just know we've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
And it's an annual thing. The Compass does it, and they do it, and then they send us a bill.
Correct.
30-some thousand.
32,000.
32,000, I believe.
A little bit of change.
All right, any other questions or discussion?
Other than that, our office just mailed out 235,000 suspect notices. They started hitting the mailbox actually on Friday, a little earlier than expected. And then
I've got 0 phone calls.
we've had a few already.
That's how we knew.
Typically, they're supposed to hit the mailboxes on Saturday, early the weekend. We actually had a few hit on Friday, which kind of surprised us. So they're hitting, how they send those out, instead of sending them all out as one block, they put them out about 30 to 50,000 at a time. So they'll be sprinkled throughout this week. And then by the deadline, statutory deadline is next Monday, so they'll all be
Okay.
to the post office by that point.
All right,
So-
well, good. Cause I didn't get mine, I know that.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't think you'll be too shocked. Most property values are not having substantial increases like they have in the past, so.
Yeah, it's been pretty static.
Yep.
All right. Any other questions or discussions from the assessor's office? Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I guess we need a motion to approve the,
For the compass.
Yeah.
All right. The non-binding letter, right?
yeah, yep, I'll accept the motion.
I move to approve the non-binding letter of intent to commit funding and participate in the acquisition of digital orthophotographic and associated data in the assessor's office.
Okay, is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion, any further discussion? Kind of a weird name, orthophotography.
It is.
Okay, any, further discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye?
Night.
Motion carries, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have the treasurer's office. Do we have anyone here from the treasurer's office? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, just a quick update from the Treasurer's Office, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. We are officially in our, what we call our second half tax collections period. The reminder notices have all been sent out. And today, we opened up our Cloverdale location, which we do each collection period. And so it will remain open until June 20th, which is the deadline for the second half tax payments. And it's open from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. We get a lot of good comments from our taxpayers. They really enjoy that location. And today, I think we probably received in our office downstairs between 1,000 and 1,500 pieces of mail. So we're starting to see that. And as we get closer to the due date, it'll pick up until we complete the second half collections period.
So the jogger's going hot and heavy.
Jogger's going, yep, very well. Yep.
All right. The jogger is where they open the letters and shake them up a little bit. That's what they call it, the jogger, I guess, right?
That's right, yeah, it just sort of takes the coupons that are in there and the checks that people put in with them, and it kind of moves around and bounces around so that everything lines up well, so that when we run them through the scanners will read them properly and nothing's kind of shimmied around in there.
Well, that's good. Anything else? We got plenty of money to keep paying our bills and everything?
Doing good so far.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you.
Just
go ahead.
as a note, since the tax assessment and the payment of the final tax bill are kind of coinciding here, they are totally independent things.
Yes. The assessment is for next year, the tax bill is for last year.
It does seem to confuse people though, when this happens, every year.
Yep. All right, well, thank you. Okay, we have, next up, a grant, application, with the Idaho Department of Parks and Recreation off-highway vehicle funds for OHV safety education, enforcement and development, implementation of the county recreation OVH safety program, $37,407, no match, grant period 1/1/25 to 12/31/25. Have any questions or discussion on this grant?
Mr. Chairman, just, it is noted in the agenda, but it's related to agreement
308.
30846, which we will be talking about later, but they are interrelated.
Right.
And then the other thing is, it's an Idaho Department of Parks.
Yep.
So it may or may not be directly related to the federal grant system, so that's just
All right.
two clarifications.
So we might actually get it if it's an Idaho grant, not a federal grant.
Could be related to a federal grant, we don't know that. Okay, any other questions or discussion on grant number 2509A? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion.
I'll move to approve application for grant number 2509-A as listed on the agenda. Authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Okay?
Motion carries. Next up, we have the approval of minutes for the open business meeting of 20th of May. I'll accept the motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the minutes of open business meeting of May 20th, 2025, and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up, we have Expo Idaho. We have one interim agreement, and we have 3 commercial exhibits for the fair. I'll accept the motion.
I'll move to approve the agreements as identified on the agenda for Expo Idaho, Western Idaho Fair, and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I second the motion.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Right?
Motion carries. Next up, we have Parks and Waterways. We have 2 agreements for the Barber Park Education and Event Center. I'll accept the motion.
I move to approve the Barber Park Education and Event Center, 2 items listed on the agenda, and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we have 7 agreements. Any question or discussion on any of the agreements? I noticed one's for intelligent design. That's an interesting one. Okay, any question or discussion? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion on the agreements, 7 agreements.
I'll move to approve the agreements as identified on the agenda and authorize the chair to sign the appropriate documents on behalf of the board.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Right?
Motion carries. Okay, next up, we have indigent services. We have the indigent services weekly indigent items. I've reviewed them, they are acceptable in form. Any question or discussion on any of the weekly indigent items? If not, I'll accept the motion.
I move to approve the weekly indigent services items as listed on the agenda, and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye? Aye. Motion carries. Any other business need to be brought before the board today? Hearing none, we'll be adjourned. We are adjourned. Thank you. Okay, good morning. Today is the 27th day of May. The time is 10:40. The board is in session, acting as the Board of County Emergency Medical Services District for its weekly open business meeting. All 3 commissioners are present. We all have with us
Sean Rain, paramedics,
John Rain, paramedics with the white hat.
with a white hat.
Are there any changes to the agenda?
There are not.
Hearing no changes to the agenda, we'll proceed. First item on the business is Claims Journal. Any questions or issues on the Claims Journal? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion.
I move to approve the EMS Claims Journal dated May 23rd, 2025, as listed on the agenda.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Next up is personnel actions. We have 4 personnel actions, automated grade step progressions. Any questions or issues on the agenda, on the personnel actions? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion.
I'll move to approve the personnel actions as listed on the agenda.
I second the motion.
You've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up is approval of the minutes. Any question or discussion on any of the minutes? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion to approve the minutes.
I move to approve the EMS minutes for May 20th, 2025 as listed on the agenda.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion. Any questions? Otherwise, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We now have 3 agreements. Any question or issues on any of the agreements?
Are these the new hires? Is this the courses they do?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Commissioner Davidson, this is one is an agreement with one of our employees that is going to Idaho State University. And so since we're on this rotating schedule now, the classroom portion is a static schedule. And so if they're on duty, they go to the class, but we require a contract with the employee to basically ensure that they stay with us for a period of time. If they leave earlier, they have to pay us back for that time that they spent going to class.
Okay, any other questions or discussions about any of the agreements?
So it's 2 different programs?
Yes, the second 2 are actually an advanced EMT program. So we do hire EMT basics. And this gives those employees 2 a year the opportunity to go to advanced EMT school where they learn some advanced airway techniques and how to put in IVs and that kind of thing.
Where do they do the education at?
I believe this group, they can actually choose to go wherever they wish, but I believe these 2 employees are going to Idaho Medical Academy. CPR Plus also has a program locally, so one or both of them may be actually going there, so.
Okay. All right, well, I'll accept the motion.
I'll move to approve the 3 agreements as listed on the agenda and authorize the chair to sign the documents on behalf of the board.
I second the motion.
Okay, you've heard the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we have an EMS update. Did those cones get recovered?
We had some cone damage. But we always have cone damage. I want to start off by thanking the 3 of you for being out on Thursday. That was pretty enjoyable, and getting the opportunity to go out and drive an ambulance around. Commissioner Davidson got to take off on the ATV and explore around with that. It's one of the more important things we do during the academy, because if you think about where our liability exists, it typically is with driving one of those big vehicles. And I think I mentioned it on Thursday. I don't remember if all 3 of you were standing there, but we get a number of employees that the biggest thing they've driven is something like a Honda Civic, and they go from that to an ambulance where you can't just turn around and see out the back window when you're backing. It's a completely different experience, and so
Well, I have to admit, it was a different experience. And then the one that kind of got me was that Serpentine. I didn't mind driving through it, but then when I had to back through it, that was a little difficult. Particularly with the mirrors being inoperable on the machine I was driving.
have to manually adjust those.
Yeah, had to manually adjust them.
Yeah, it's difficult when you start driving, trying to pick up as you're going through that serpentine, picking up that next pylon in that mirror to make sure that you're clear of it, and then not catching the pylon in the duals on the back of the ambulance. It's a challenge certainly when you first start doing it.
I understand Commissioner Davidson actually gave some of the cones a ride around the.
I believe there was one pylon that got a little distance of travel.
You don't need to put that on the record.
Well, I hit one of them. Hey, that's we've never done that before, and of course now mine didn't drag him around, but and it was because I couldn't. The mirror wasn't operating properly. Where is that?
Yeah, we typically don't use our newest ambulance.
I can understand why you would. But it was interesting driving in those garages and backing out, and it's quite a complex course.
It really is. When we design.
When do I get my
schedule-
certificate, by the way?
Oh, we'll make sure. That way, if we ever are short on staffing,
Yeah.
we can come out and at least
Drive.
drive.
Well, I have to admit, I grew up on a farm, so I have driven big vehicles before. So that gave me a little advantage. Bigger than those,
Yeah, bigger.
like 10-wheel trucks.
Yeah, that is a different experience.
Oh, yeah, sure. But I didn't have those cones that I had
Right, like, that was my dilemma as well.
Yeah, I did.
I've driven big vehicles.
and I've never backed through a serpentine.
I don't believe I had until I went through. the
That was my first time backing through a serpentine. Anyway, that was a good experience, appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for being out there. The only other thing to note is we're now in the summer season, and typically that's our busiest time of year, and so, I think Ryan LaRonda will be doing some things. We typically try to put some press releases out about, being safe for heat exposure and safety on, the river or water and staying out of canals, those kinds of things, so, but it's that season, once again.
Well, and we even put out, all the three of us recorded a little video for the what'd they call it?
100 Deadliest Days.
100,
Oh, yeah.
100 Deadliest Days. I don't know if you've seen that video or not, but we put,
I haven't seen it
one
yet.
out. Yeah, I don't know where it's distributed, but 100 Deadliest Days, be careful.
That's right.
Memorial Day, Labor Day.
Yep. People should be, definitely be careful,
Don't-
certainly
don't-
on the roads.
Well, that's the point. Don't rubberneck.
Yeah.
Don't look at the road and let your phone.
Yeah.
Don't speed. Some of those things.
Surprise.
Just follow laws, anyway. Okay, any other update for us?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Well, anything else that we need to discuss? Hearing none?
Well, I thought maybe he's gonna make an announcement, he wasn't gonna retire, he's all this stuff.
Is that it?
No,
Can't do that, okay. All right. Well, we'll be adjourned then.
thank you.
And,